Good morning. Great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious morning. Yes, again, the beautiful reminder of choice that you have, that I have, that we all have. And what is that choice about? It's about our thoughts. It's about what's in our mind, our marvelous, miraculous, incredible, powerful mind. It's about what's moving there. And the most beautiful part is that you're the one that gets to decide what that movement's going to be. If you don't like how you've been thinking, you can change it. And that right there is so important to get. And when you do get it, it changes everything. Now, think about that. You can make dramatic changes in your outer world, in your results, in the circumstances of your life by shifting that, by shifting what's in your heart. Remember that phrase, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, as a woman thinketh in her heart, so is she. We just went over that in the last book that we studied in As a Man Thinketh and Out from the Heart. As you thinketh in your heart, in your subconscious mind, in other words, whatever is moving around in there, so are you, so are the results of your life. And this is a law that always gets enforced, regardless of whether or not you're knowledgeable or ignorant of it. Now, think about that again for you. This is what Dolly and I have worked so diligently on in our lives. This is what led us both to learn from who we believe was the best of the best in this field of understanding oneself, and that was Bob Proctor. Both of us were seeking to know more about ourselves and how our mind worked, and that's what Bob helped us to see. And through our use of it, we were able to deliver some incredible change in our lives. And that led to us being able to help other people do it in their lives too, to understand what's the real cause for the outcomes of our life. And of course, that is the paradigm, right? That mental program in you and in me that has almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior. And now almost all of your behavior is habitual. See, that is what's in the way. It's not you, it's the program. Say that. I'm not in the way. The program is what's causing the problem. And you can change the program. Think about the implications of that for every area of your life. How much you earn, what you do for work, your lifestyle, uh, being fulfilled, being happy. All of that is result. And you can change that result by dealing with the cause. You know, I often think about how awesome it is that Dolly and I, we put this together to help people to understand, for instance, that there's no such thing as self-sabotage, and then putting into play an implementation tool, which is called emergence, to be able to understand this even more. And again, what's beautiful is once you use it and you use it consistently and diligently and persistently, um, uh, my God, everything changes. So make sure that here, as you are here, that you are using it. And when I'm talking about it, I'm talking about what I'm sharing with you as if your life depends on it. You know why? Because it does. All right, I want to share a little tidbit again. I love Neville, and yeah, Dolly and I were studying this little tidbit yesterday, and it's so awesome when you think about this. This comes from the Law and the Promise. To attempt to change circumstances before you change your imaginal activity is to struggle against the very nature of things. Remember, imagination. That's the word. In the beginning was the word. He said, there can be no outer change until there is first an imaginal change. Everything you do unaccompanied by an imaginal change is but futile readjustment of surfaces. So you've got to change what's happening in your mind first, just like what Robert Collier shared in Primal Cause and The Secret of the Ages. And by the way, we have a wonderful announcement for you after I talk about this. He talks about how the secret of all power, all riches, all success is in first thinking powerful thoughts, successful thoughts, thoughts of wealth and supply. We must build it in our own mind first. See, we've got to imagine it and connect with it. Well, Neville goes on to say, imagining the wish fulfilled brings about a union with that state. And during that union, you behave in keeping with your imaginal change. This shows you that an imaginal change will result in a change of behavior. Think about that. Whatever you are connected with inside, whatever you're imagining to be true, that's what shows up in the results of your life. And you could change that. You could change it big time. But see, here it's a matter of whether or not you're going to connect to it. And that's what we're here for, to help you to continue to connect to it. And that rocks. All right. So before we go into where we left off, we have another announcement. And that announcement is the next book that we are going to study. And we have it ready for you to get. And that is, again, The Secret of the Ages by Robert Collier. We're going to go into that again. And we have the link for you, and it's live. There's a hardcover and a paperback that's available for you. And the cover is amazing. The content is amazing. The introduction that we wrote in there is so good. Oh my God, it is really, really good. And so we're going to provide to you the link to that. And I want you to make sure that you do go ahead and click on it. It'll be provided here in the chat here live. And also it'll be also in WhatsApp as well. And we'll also email it out to you. So go ahead and click on that link and then go ahead and order your copy immediately. And we'll start that beginning on Monday. All right, we're going to start it on Monday. So make sure you get your copy, the one that we set up. It's from the original 1926 edition, which is really, really cool. So make sure you do get it, okay? All right, so you guys ready? Type in the comments, I'm ready. You ready? Yes, you are. Oh my gosh, that's really cool. I'm going to do this too. All right, so where we are is in what we've been studying, what we sent you as a PDF. And this is from a gentleman named Christian Larson. We haven't mentioned him much before, but these quotes are really, really good. And again, make sure you print this out and that you're using it as well. All right, so here we go. And this is now the path to greater things. The path to greater things. You want to be on that path to greater things, always moving forward. Matter of fact, let's all type that in the comments. I must always move forward. You must always move forward. Make that a part of your vernacular. Make it something that's in your paradigm, that you always move forward, that you never move backwards. All right, so dream constantly of the ideal. Work ceaselessly to perfect the real. Believe in yourself, believe in everybody, believe in all that has existence. Give the body added strength, give the mind added brilliancy, and give the soul added inspiration. Do your best under every circumstance and believe that every circumstance will give its best to you. Now, I want you to underline that. Do your best under every circumstance. Give it your all. Decide right here where you are with all that you've got. Go into whatever you're doing and give it your best. And then from there, believe that every circumstance will give its best to you. Live for the realization of more life and for the more efficient use of everything that proceeds from life. Desire eternally what you want, expect eternally what you desire, and act always as if every expectation were coming true. Now, again, I want you to connect to that, connect to what he's pointing out here. And where is that all happening? It's all happening inside. I want you to notice how he painted a picture. Desire eternally what you want, expect eternally what you desire, and act always as if every expectation were coming true. In other words, operate from it already happening. Not that it's going to be. I know that he says here, desire eternally what you want, but what he's really talking about is connecting with how you would love it to be and being in it, living from it, as what Neville Goddard shares frequently. Now, let's go into diving deeper about what he's talking about here now. But before we do that, for those of you who are watching this live stream and would love to tap into the remainder of these live calls and access the replays, which is incredible, then do yourself a favor and stop thinking about it. Decide right here where you are with whatever you've got and go to elevitality.com and register for Master Your Mind. You will thank yourself later. All right, so now let's go into